Testing, testing, testing.
Yep.
And we're back.
We're back, baby.
Here in the cozy corner, the cozy castle. You got your host here, Chris Mariscal, my co-host.
Hi, Marnellis.
Was wake the fuck up.
Come on. It's 10:30.
Don't play with him.
We've taken a couple hours.
You know?
Stayed over at work, 8. Set up this banging-ass new painting.
Shout out Weerdwurld, Ajon Weir, person we went to school with.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I just realized today when I was like tagging his Weerdwurld, I was like, kind of makes sense because his last name's Weir.
That's sick.
So I was like, that's fucking perfect.
That's creative.
Wow.
God
That's
knows
a
if my
true
last name was
artist
Weir,
right
I'd
there.
probably be like, I don't know.
Cool Guys World.
Yeah, it's something not cool with my name.
But I think I only recently like realized that he was making such fine art.
Yeah, because I
And
think he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I kind of stalked his pages. He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, I think like 3+ years.
Yeah. But he sells prints like this for pretty damn cheap.
Yeah, dummy cheap.
Like, honestly, every drop he's put out, I've been like, those are fucking sick. So,
Yeah, and they sell out, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because I want some of them that like has been sold out. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
So if you see him, like, just buy it. Don't hesitate.
But, 1 second, sorry. I gotta put the timer for the tags.
Oh.
But we'll put the Instagrams right here for his artwork. I think it's Weerdwurld on Instagram, and then his personal, I think, is AJ Weir. Don't quote me on that, but it'll be right there on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I thought, why don't we cop some, put it in the stew?
Yeah.
And it took us fucking 30 to 45 minutes to put this up.
Yeah, because we're pretty anal on like how we like our stuff in the corner, and
I don't know if it'll stay there either.
yeah,
Or
I'll
if-
probably move around and shit.
Yeah,
but for now, this is it. It looks
for
sick.
now,
We
we're
didn't
like,
even
fuck
get
it.
these. I don't know if he does this with everyone. If he doesn't, sorry. If he does, it's pretty cool. But he gives 3 extra little cards, which is sick. Like just a little extra. Like you should pay for this. For each one should at least
Hell
be
yeah.
more.
So go check them out. Really good prices, and they're fucking all sick and
Unique.
Anyways, welcome back. Welcome to the pod.
Yep.
A lot of stuff going on in the world,
Yeah.
huh?
For once, or to start things off, actor from Euphoria, actually. His name is Angus Cloud, I believe.
Such a banging ass name.
That is really good.
like so original.
Literally in the clouds now. But yeah, he
Great.
passed away. I'm sorry.
Come on.
I know.
Some respect.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been 24 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
Yeah, true. Might have been a few days ago.
Well, I don't know about that long.
Well, the news just
Actually,
broke.
Yeah, maybe like
today.
Would you be pissed if I released a statement when you passed away, like right away? Like, would you want me to take a couple days of like privacy, your family, all privacy? Like,
That's an amazing question. Because I've never thought about that in my entire life.
yeah. Like, would you want your family to have some days to settle, or would you be like, yeah, fuck it, just you break the news first?
Yeah, I think they'd be the ones that you should ask, probably, right?
Oh, like, is it okay now that I talk about it?
That seems so weird. Because would you post it on the Cozy Show first, or what would you do?
Yeah, I'd be like,
That's what you would do?
Well, I don't know. I think I wouldn't even want to say anything for a couple days.
What would your life plan be like if the pod was just done? What's your plan B here?
I think if you passed away,
You just stay here?
I think I can't do the pod anymore.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I don't think I could either.
Yeah.
And maybe I'd start my own venture.
But then I'd be
even
like,
then.
he'd want me to continue the pod.
But imagine replacing me.
With
Someone
someone better?
going to replace me with.
I know. It'd be great.
Fuck
Like,
you.
oh my gosh, we flow so well. My other co-host.
Go for it.
Would you be the type to like release like an official ass statement, or do you think you'd be like, fuck it, Jaime would like, I'd just be goofy and be like, well, you passed away, huh, didn't you? You hit the hay.
I feel like that'd be the Cozy Show way to do it.
Yeah.
Just be like, make a meme out of it almost.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know.
I
I
do-
don't think you'd be in a meme kind of mood at that time,
I don't even know if I'd be alive for the next video either. It's so sad. Anyway.
Damn. No,
so-
honestly, I don't know. I think it'd be a mix of both. It'd be like, seriously, I'd probably start it with something like, it is with the heaviest of hearts that I write this.
That's nuts.
My best friend, co-host,
Brother.
brother in arms,
Hell yeah, veteran.
veteran, goddamn right, lover,
Lover of many women.
feet pictures connoisseur, partner,
Relax there.
adulterer,
Careful.
borderline dictator in the
Yeah.
company, oppressor,
Huh.
Racist,
Well,
abuser, wife beater.
maybe someday. Yeah, imagine you just
Homewrecker.
we're changing my name after I'm dead. Hella worse.
No, but yeah, with the heaviest of hearts, my bestie Jaime Ornelas has tragically passed.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'd sprinkle some humor in there, though.
Definitely.
I think, but overall, it'd be a sad tone.
It'd probably be the last podcast too if I did like a podcast after death, and then maybe do like one more. Like
I think the last
after,
pod,
3
I'd be
months.
like, here's some secrets that Jaime took to the grave, and now that he's gone, let me just air out all his fucking dirty laundry.
Yeah.
First
of all,
people just have a bad taste.
He
in
hated the
their
pod.
mouth.
Fucking every day we would fight before we turn on these cameras. All right. Okay. So Angus Cloud passed away. He's a star, like an actor from Euphoria, show I've never watched.
I haven't seen it either, and I really want to.
I want to just because it seems like culturally impactful, and it's like my time, and it's around not our age, but like high school, kind of close enough.
Totally.
So it'd be like up to date, really shit.
Like everybody I know has seen it.
Yeah.
So
Very dramatic, I think, but just why not? Like these are stars from our age.
Yeah.
Like, all those guys are like probably gonna be stars for a while, right?
yeah.
He passed away. I'm not gonna say exactly, but I'm assuming it's
Some speculations.
there's some speculation that it was like suicide, I believe,
or drug overdose.
Yeah.
Who knows if it was intentional
Or
or
not.
not, right?
But the reason is because like I think his dad, he was mourning the passing of his dad, which happened like last week, I think.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Like the timing makes sense, but who
Yeah.
knows, And yeah, like I knew he like I'd heard before that he like struggled with drugs in the past, and like he'd went to rehab, I believe, and like he just had like troubles in the past with drugs,
Yeah.
I think by the time he was in that show, he was like sober though.
Really?
Pretty sure he was like good.
It's crazy because I feel like in the show, like him having that kind of past, I feel like it probably helped him like channel.
Wait just 1 second, cowboy. We have our one and only sponsor of the pod. Just give me 1 minute of your time. Mosaic Apparel.
Yep.
Mosaic Apparel is a clothing brand. Yes, you heard that right. A clothing brand that sells shirts, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, leggings, not leggings, sweats, that's what I
shorts,
meant. Hats, sweat shorts,
windbreakers,
and
condoms.
in the future.
Just kidding. They don't do that yet.
But imagine having a logoed condom.
Oh,
Kinda cool.
yeah. Come on now.
Ooh, soon enough, we're going to have Gucci condoms. Imagine Gucci condoms with like a green condom with like the band around.
That'd be sick. They have condoms that change color in the presence of an STD.
That's pretty smart.
That's
but what do you, I
gnarly.
mean, like, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Just let me not know.
Yeah,
Ignorance is bliss, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, started by our great coach, father figure, instructor,
Grandfather,
discovered
foster father, discovered the new world,
yes,
discovered the cure for
Thiago Ricci. He is the founder, and his whole message behind Mosaic is that, Mosaic is kind of like a glass painting, with a bunch of little things to make it look like something. So similarly, a bunch of little pieces, aka people, coming together could make something beautiful. We are the mosaic of the world.
Yep.
And that's just his whole message. Just like be a community, don't be separated, don't be a hater, don't be a loner. Just be with people, and things will be all great.
All right.
But yeah, check out their stuff. Use code COZY, all caps, yes, all caps, COZY for 10% off. Use and if it's your first time purchase, you get an additional 10% off, which means you get a total of
20% off.
Wow.
And free shipping if you're local.
goddamn right.
Can't beat that.
So very cheap clothes for good quality.
Yeah, pricing's insane.
Go
too.
check them out at mosaicapparel.com or check their Instagram, Mosaic Apparel.
Later.
Continue on with the rest of the show. Maybe we're either talking shit about Mitch McConnell or about your mother. Peace.
He was able to channel that kind of like trauma and like those emotions into his character, right?
Yeah, because I feel like they like there was some overlap.
Yeah,
like around that.
I think there's a lot of
around
drugs
or
and partying and shit like that in the
and I'm like, he's
show.
a good looking guy. I'm sure like he was around all this shit either. Either way,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, it sucks. Like I said, I didn't really watch the show. I didn't even really watch him, but it was like, I don't know, just something that was kind of like just still a little impactful. Like,
I follow this like grungy kind of like meme page. It's so sick. They post like the coolest shit, and it's crazy because only like a few days before this, they had posted a picture of him. I think it's from the show too, and it has like the subtitle of like whatever was being said like in that moment in the scene, and it said, I think it said something like, "Talking to you has been the best moment of my whole year," or something like that. Or like, It was really like
Sweet.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, man.
It kind of reminds me of. Do you remember the actor Cameron? It might have been Cameron Boyce or Cameron. He was in. Hey Jesse.
I haven't seen
He
it.
was,
He died
He's like
though,
the
right?
ginger, but he had freckles.
Is Jesse, right, in the show?
No, that's a girl.
Okay.
That's
you're
that's
right.
Debbie Ryan.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The kid with the freckles.
Yeah.
He passed,
When
right?
he passed away, it's kind of like the same thing. Like, damn, like, you know.
Wasn't his cancer or something, though?
God knows.
I think it was cancer, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if it was. It was a disease though, or something.
Something.
It wasn't
Some
like he
kinda
got
medical
murdered
condition.
or yeah.
Yeah.
It was a medical condition for sure.
Yeah.
But that one was also like weird.
Yeah, really tragic for our generation.
Do you remember like the first celebrity that passed away that you kind of like impacted you, or that you remember?
I think Michael Jackson is the first one that came to mind.
Me too.
And I didn't really listen to him like crazy, but like, of course, you know, like all of his songs, you know?
And we were like 9 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Young, like probably single digit age. And yeah, I remember that being like a big one and everybody being like, oh my God, like Michael Jackson died,
Dead.
you know?
I don't think we understand how like big he was, you know?
Yeah.
He's
The
huge.
king.
I remember
Pop.
when he passed too. I mean, I was young. I remember him like passing, you know? I remember there were just so many like rumors and stuff like at the time too of him, like as
Like
from
with the kids and stuff?
with the kids, right?
Yeah.
And then like his like change of appearance and everything. Like it was just such a mystery with like so many rumors and shit about him.
Yeah.
And like that he had, remember like his whole like
yeah, once he
his, like,
died, everybody's like, his skin, his
Yeah.
nose, his fucking...
and remember him like
his
leaning
diddling
forward
kids.
was like a crazy big deal. Like people were
Oh,
like, what the
yeah.
fuck, does he have like powers or some shit? You know, like
I
there's
think
just
his
always
shoes
like,
would clip into the floor.
I think so.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm just
saw
saying like
something.
all this crazy ass stuff about him.
I heard that the rumor, I heard that it was a rumor that he would like, you know, touch kids and stuff.
Yeah, I think
Don't quote me on that, but
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say like it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure it's been like disproven.
or like blown up way more than what it was. Like maybe there was like one or
Something.
2 cases.
Jesus. Well, if
I
there
guess
is,
that is
then-
pretty serious.
Yeah, it's not just one or two
But
little fiddly diddlies.
I don't think it was ever like what it was
Like a
made
ring.
out to be. You know.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Any others? Any other celebrities that were like?
Oh, the one that I remember. Oh, also, I think the whole change in appearance too. I think he had what is it, vitiligo?
Oh, vitiligo.
God, I always get that mixed up.
No, you said it right. You should pronounce it a little different.
Vitiligo.
Because usually
I
you
think I
say
said vitiligo.
no. Usually you say
I say
the dizziness one. What's it called? Virgo. Virtual.
I don't know. Vertigo.
Vertigo. Usually you say vertigo.
Yeah. Vitiligo.
Vitiligo. I think.
And I think it was just getting worse and worse. And I guess it's like a common thing to like kind of like cover your whole skin with just one color.
So that's what happened.
That's what when he was like had an autopsy, he had that. And there was like pictures I saw that like it would be like kind of without the makeup, it would be like patchy as shit.
Oh, so he'd put makeup on?
Yeah, because at first like I think he'd covered it with dark spots, right? Like all the light spots he'd cover dark, but then it got too much light. So he's like, well, if you can't beat him, join him.
How's this the first? How's this the first I heard of this?
But and then I was like, well, his shit was fucked, like his nose and shit.
Yeah.
No offense. I mean, it was just like,
Yeah, well, a lot of plastic surgery.
I'm sure if like Kim K looked like that, people would be like saying the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's a little botched. But then I heard that I think he might have had like lupus.
What is that? I've heard of it.
God knows. I think Selena Gomez has it, and it's changed her appearance too, like a bit.
Oh yeah, it's like you gain weight a little bit.
Yeah,
I think,
it distorts shit, but I think for sure gaining weight.
Oh wow.
And I think
Remember you guys? Somebody sent. It was her eating popcorn at a Yankees game, I think, or at a baseball game, and somebody sent it to like one of our group chats, and I think Noel was like, "She's fat" or something.
Jesus.
I don't think he said that. I'm just trying to make him look bad.
Oh, okay.
But I think he sent
what?
it, and then I think Issa was like, "Oh yeah, she has lupus or something," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro, she didn't even look fat. Like I didn't even notice any difference."
I did, but you know,
really?
Well, her face was just like a little bit more, like almost swollen.
Well, maybe if
Not a-
everybody thought like you, the world wouldn't be such a good place, huh?
It's not a bad thing. I just realized, like, well, just a thought. But I mean, nothing crazy. I would just assume it was either like plastic surgery or age. You know, it's like
On Selena
and there's like a lot of
Gomez?
pressure on like women to stay perfect. So like,
Yeah, there is.
especially if she was like famous when she was young.
Especially with that Barbie movie coming out. I mean, fuck.
Fuck Margot Robbie, and people are gonna say that's bad looking.
Oh man.
What is then?
come
What
on.
is what is good looking? You know.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Michael Jackson.
Angus Cloud.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Wait.
So Robin Williams was actually the first like
Oh,
celebrity
that was a
that I could
big
pretty remember.
Yeah.
that,
that's
um,
a sad one. I used to watch Miss Doubtfire all the time with my family. So that one actually like was pretty sad.
I have a post.
Oh wow.
I posted him on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
In like 2013?
Yeah, dude, it was a long time ago.
When did that happen? 2012?
Gonna find out, right?
Something like that.
No.
Let's see.
It's kind of funny now because it's just.
Are you gonna put it on the screen? Oh fuck. That's such a
put it on
lovable
the
face
screen.
though, man.
Yeah, rip Robin Williams. And I put capital R, capital I, lowercase p. I don't know why I did that. Robin Williams. But I posted on August 11th, 2014. And I remember just being like, damn. Like, I immediately like just went to post it because I was like, holy shit, like he's dead.
Damn.
I remember feeling like really
seen
impacted.
of him at that time?
I remember I was watching the show of his that was happening when he died.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think it was a trip to me because I was like, it was weird because I was like, he was just doing a show. Like, no way he passed, you know?
Yeah. It's just crazy how some people hide it, you know? Like, well, I mean, I don't know how it was for, like, the people who knew him, Robin Williams, you know, like, closely. But, like, to, you know, the American masses, I feel like it was, like...
Jolly fella.
Yeah, who knew? You know, he seems so jolly and shit.
I had heard...
I feel like you hear a lot of stories like that, like, sadly, where it's, like...
Yeah.
The people's, like, friends and family were, like, we had no idea. Like, they were so, like, you know, distressed and, like, upset and, you know, depressed or whatever, not happy, not in a good place until, like, something drastic happens, you know?
Yeah, and I don't think I realized that because you hear that, and I didn't realize that. Like, TikTok has been a big one where, like, the victims, like, family members would, or, like, relationship would be like, this was a picture of him, like, 15 hours before he killed himself. Like, and he was, like, smiling and shit. Like, damn, like, you forget, like, you could be, like, totally good, and I could go in there and just, like, do whatever, you know?
I felt super anxious as soon as we were, like, getting close to home yesterday after our trip.
Because you were going to be back to, like...
So we went on vacation in Mammoth for 5 days, which we'll talk about later. But, yeah, I think it was just, like, coming back to reality. Like, once we started getting close to, like, you know, our city. Yeah. I was just like, damn, you know, back to work,
especially
because
it's a fat change in scenery where we were. Like, you could notice that really early on.
You know what's crazy? You know how I've been saying that I have today off for so long? Like, because I requested Wednesday through today, which is Monday, off for our trip. But then it turned out we came home yesterday. And I was like, sick, I can have Monday off to, like, kind of recoup before I go back to work, right? I was so fucking happy. Like, I got back yesterday, like, I'm so glad. So grateful. I even bought a movie on Netflix, right? Don't Worry, Darling. Issa told me I should watch it because there's Florence Pugh in it, and we're both obsessed with her right now. So I bought that on YouTube last night at, like, 10 p.m., I literally made food, sat down, bought the movie, started it, and I was like, let me just double check my schedule, you know, just to be sure. Yeah. And I fucking scheduled all day. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, literally all day, I had been just, like, so jolly and shit. And then I called out. Yeah. I was like, fuck this shit, dude.
Good stuff.
I can't switch back.
I think I would have, like, fuck, okay, I got it.
And I called out on Thursday, like, during our trip, because that was, like, the one day they didn't give me off, you know? So I was like, fuck, like, no way I'm calling out kind of back-to-back.
Technically.
But,
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
He's a big call-out guy.
I was literally thinking, I was like, if I go to hell when I die, I think it's going to be, like, me being forced to make the decision whether or not to call out, like, over and over.
Whether or not to go to heaven and hell. You'd be like, well, I don't know.
Happiness is kind of edgy. I don't know.
The baddies are kind of down there. You know? Come on.
Maybe with goth baddies, you know?
I mean, it's not fun to always be happy, you know?
Nobody's always happy.
But then
what? Natural.
Then you're like, but I don't know. I want to be happy. And I want to be at peace. Then you fucking... Someone will make the decision for you.
Well, if you could choose, which one would you go to?
I don't know. What do they call our world in, like, a lot of, like...
Have you heard that Biggie song?
Hold on. Like, what is it, folklore? Or, like, we're, like, the Midwest or the mid... It's like...
You give me no information.
It's like the underworld, like, heaven, and we're always called, like, Midgard.
Like, if you kill yourself, you go there.
No.
Purgatory.
No.
Okay.
No, like... In Lord of the Rings, they call it this, but I've been seeing a lot more, like mid.
Solomon?
How do you know that? Oh, yeah.
I watched him a lot.
Are you under
the eye?
They've been seeing this meme where they put like flour in their hand and they go to the dog and
to see if it's Frodo with the ring on?
Yeah.
Or with the cloak or whatever?
Yeah, sure. What were you saying?
What
Biggie?
the fuck are you talking about?
I don't forget about it. Biggie?
There's a Biggie Small song, and he says, when I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell. I'm a piece of shit, it ain't
When
hard
I
to
die.
fucking tell. Something.
You know what song I always think of?
But I remember hearing that as like a 13-year-old being like, damn, that's controversial.
Yeah.
You know? That's pretty ballsy to
Damn,
say.
you said every letter in that fucking word up.
Was my pronunciation? My pronunciation? That was pretty good too.
Controversial.
But,
Sometimes
sometimes I do that. I'm an academic. What can I say?
Yeah, I just say controversial.
Like
What's
the
that
thing
one
about mama
song
shit.
that I always thought was cool? Is like, what's it?
The
Alley?
Biggie?
Well, no, it's like in the alley, in the shadow of death.
No, I fucking hate that. Oh, I thought you were talking about this one song called Dancing with the Devil. Have you ever heard that?
Oh, and it's like a long ass rap.
Long-ass
Bro, I
song.
remember my sister showed me that. Of course, Izzy.
I hate anybody who's ever shown me that song.
She's like, and at the end, it was his
It was
own
his
mother.
fucking mom. Is that crazy?
What if your reaction?
I think I've seen. There used to be memes about it, like the most the most like cringy person who'd be like, "You ever heard Dance with the Devil?"
Yeah.
Everybody would be like, swear it was like the coolest song ever. The person who showed me was Cheech.
Of course.
He would play it all the time. I'm like, bro, I hate this. Like the song is so like ick. Like it just it makes me feel disgusting inside. Like,
Yeah.
no way, you know?
I think it's just not. I think if I was more with like, I feel like
I
you
think
got to be
that's
like
like
part
a
of the culture.
Yeah.
Like you got to be
Yeah.
like in the life a little bit to be like,
Of, like,
damn,
hood a
like
little
word,
bit. Yeah.
like just real shit.
I feel
you know?
like that could
like
be
what,
like
what do I
a-
know about that at all? What do I know about that at all?
I feel like that could be like a Christian like propaganda song, you know?
Yeah, like Lecrae would say that.
Who?
I think he's like a Christian rapper.
Oh,
He used to
okay.
be, I think.
Yeah, and then it's like you choose a better lifestyle, you know? Christian.
Did you ever get into Christian rap?
Fuck no.
Okay, I forgot.
Did you?
Uh,
You did, didn't you?
Nah, not really. But I remember thinking, I was like, it's not bad. But then I really started.
I don't think I've ever heard a Christian rap song.
I really like, even now that I'm not really that, I still fuck with Christian music.
Really?
Yeah, like,
Why?
because it goes so hard sometimes. Like,
Like what kind of Christian music?
Like-
what
like-
genre?
okay, I'm gonna sing a song. Like,
Okay.
it's like, I'm just kidding. It's like, Holy Spirit, will you keep me down? Or like, it's like,
That's one.
I can't remember. But it's like singing ones, you know, like really
Okay.
nice singing ones.
Like
but
the
they're
one that you would sing in the church, or
yeah,
when you hear
yeah,
on
yeah.
the radio.
Like in the church, but then
Oh,
you play
okay.
it like after. You know,
Mhm.
I'd be playing that shit
Yeah.
back in the day. You know,
I think I've only been to church like maybe 3 times in my entire life. Once was in Mammoth in high school. We went with Brandon to a Mormon church. That was cool. Did you go?
I don't think I did.
It was all right. And then I think when I was like 5 or 6 years old, my mom was like trying to kind of get that started. But we only went like once or twice. And I remember being like so fucking bored and
Yeah.
not knowing
It was
what
Catholic
the
or
hell was
Christian?
going on. I think Christian.
The thing about mine, so I went to church for like, there's only a small part of my life where I was like kind of a church person.
Uh-huh.
I was like, what? I don't know, 15 to
Noelle's a church person now.
16. Yeah, I guess. No shame. But it was pretty fun. Like the Christian
Really?
service, like was good. Like we went to Shelter Cove and like you sang in the beginning. The songs were good. Live
Yeah.
music. I love live music. By the way, I want to talk about that. when
Yeah,
we go to
for
Mammoth, 'cause
sure.
I fucking love live music.
Yeah.
Anyways, message, like, even if you weren't a Christian, was pretty good. The only time I could remember that there was something sus was when there was like stuff about gay marriage.
In the songs?
No, like the it
Oh.
was just
Damn
getting
it,
more
how did-
It was just getting more popular that like gay marriage and shit was like being
Wow.
legal, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
legalized.
Yeah,
I think it was a debate. I remember being young, like in like 3rd grade or so, because I remember talking about it with my fellow students. There was like a proposition. It was everybody was like no on 8. Everybody would say that in elementary school.
wait, about no one gay.
No, saying no, like don't make it illegal to
Oh, nice, good.
gay marry. That's crazy. That's 3rd graders.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
pretty
we were talking
good.
about it. Like, well, yeah, they could do whatever they want. Like I remember we'd have discussions about it. Like
That's nice.
well, they should be able to. You know, who cares? Like why
I
would you
feel like
care?
as a kid, it's so simple. Like the good things about people are so simple.
Right?
Like, you know, the good actions. Like,
Yeah.
should you be racist? Nah. Like, why would you be? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like as you get older, it doesn't make it like
yeah.
more complicated, but technically like somehow there's like
We start to
it
get
starts-
influenced
Yeah,
more and shit,
it's weird.
you know?
It's like, but no, like as a kid, you know what's
They don't
right.
give a
Like
fuck.
Yeah.
About anything. Like
Yeah.
kids don't question shit.
like
you know?
we don't. I feel like as a kid, you don't want to control anything or anyone.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Like ever.
just want to have fun.
Yeah.
You just want what feels good, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know? And you just don't want to do homework or.
But I remember
go to
when
sleep.
that time of like that being happened, I remember the church was like, you know, but we're only going to be doing, like, because they did, like, marriages, I guess, there or something or whatever. Like, we're only going to be doing guys and girls. And I was like,
well, how did you feel about that?
I think at the time I was kind of confused. Like, I was like a teen. But, I mean, I was just like, I think at the time I didn't think it was a big deal because I was like, it's just one church. Like, That's
crazy.
Like, who cares? But now I'd be like, what the fuck? You know?
I wonder what, like, Christian people our age think about that.
But the thing about,
you know?
the only thing I would say to defend the Christians, they're not really crazy. But I would say, like, why would you, if you were, like, gay or, like, in the LGBTQ plus community and wanted to get married, like, I don't think you'd want a Christian, like, to do it unless you were Christian. But if you're a Christian, like, get someone from the heart that really wants you to be, like, together. Like, well, me, I'd be like, oh, if you don't want to, like, what is it, marry me? What are those people called? Yeah. I'd be like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I wouldn't want to really force them to do it. But it is a bad message to, like, teach people, like, a group mass. Yeah. This is, like, we're doing it the right way. Like, fuck you. You know?
Yeah. How is your way the right way, you know?
Yeah.
I do drive past the churches that'll have, like, the rainbow flag, like, outside or, like, in their sign or something, you know? Yeah. So I'm like, I guess there are some Christian churches that are, like, there's definitely some
Christian people who are like, but I just don't like, I mean, it's just hard because I feel like some Christian people are like, oh, yeah, we're cool, but just, like, don't bring it to my house. I'm like,
yeah, it's pretty fucked, too.
It's like a backhanded compliment.
Them still,
like, at least you're better than, like, someone who really outwardly hates people.
Yeah.
But it's kind of annoying when it's like, oh, it's cool, but just
not me.
Just not my, well, I get it, not you, if you don't want to be gay, whatever. Just not my kids. Like, well, you gotta, what if your kid is? That's what you have to, like, go through your head. Like, your kid is going to be a whole nother person. Like, you got to accept it no matter what, really. As long as it's not a murder.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fucked, man. I don't know. That's nuts.
Yeah. Anyways.
What's our next one?
Mitch McConnell.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, let's talk about that old fuck.
First of all, okay, Mitch McConnell, I think, is like, he's like, not in the Senate, but he's like a leader or something, right?
Congressional person?
Sure.
Right? Let me lap that so we can put a picture.
Yeah. If you think about it, if you went to your local graveyard and dug up any person, that's exactly what he looks like.
Bro. You've probably seen the memes by now by the time this comes out, but fucking funny ass memes, I think.
Yeah.
So Mitch McConnell, he is. Can you look it up real quick? What he is?
Yeah.
Because I want to be, I want to be somewhat accurate if we're talking about current events here.
Oh, real quick.
What?
I think Robin Williams also killed himself because I think he had like a disease, like like Alzheimer's or something like that, where it was like a really big, like, degenerative disease in his brain.
Oh, and he knew.
And it was like getting pretty bad. So he he killed himself.
Wow.
So I don't think it was just depression.
That's crazy.
But I'm sure there was a hint of it when he was like everything. But like, I think there was a lot of factors at play. Like when they did the autopsy, there was like shit going on in his brain.
I've had friends who were like, if I ever start getting like that, just like put me down. What do you think about that?
Minority leader of the United States Senate.
Okay, yeah. So he's in
Sounds
Congress.
like he's like a fucking, like a leader of a football team.
Okay. So he's a congressman. Mitch McConnell, which I've heard that name like so many times, I feel like, in my life. I don't know how, but
I'm gonna look up.
My parents would always watch the news, and my grandparents and stuff too, so I'm sure that's like how I heard it. But
doesn't look any better when he was younger.
No, he does not. He does not look good as a young person either. He does not look so hot.
God, yeah.
Anyways.
What is that? What is
Slap that one too? Jesus fuck.
I always feel bad for making fun of people's looks, even if I don't like. Let's just say there was the worst piece of shit, and I was like, and he had like maybe like a mole on his face, and he was fat, and he had a receding hairline, and people are like roasting his looks. I always feel bad for like the good guy that's like someone just like totally harmless.
I don't feel bad when
like
it's
a mole, is fat, and a receding hairline. He's just watching that and like, hey, I had those features,
Oh, I never think
feel
that
bad.
far. Well, I do think that far sometimes. The only time I don't feel bad making fun of people's looks is when it's a politician, because in my head I'm just like, you guys are all fucking corrupt. Like,
yeah, no matter 100%.
To an extent, and like all your decisions are just fucking based off like who's giving you money. So I don't give a fuck,
And I remember,
like, you're greedy.
I think there was like a really good like quote from a guy who was saying like, oh, if you really want like politicians to care about you, like tell them that you have like you'll be up for a re-election every like 2 years, or like you'll lose everything,
Yeah.
And they'll really want to change your life, but they know that no matter what,
they're gonna fucking stay in
there.
Yeah, it's fucked. So yeah, this guy, Mitch McConnell, this geezer, he was giving like I don't know if he was giving a speech, but he was talking to the press like at a little podium thing. I don't even know, to be honest, what they were talking about. But something with the IRA, which I don't know what that is either. But he was giving the little...
I've heard that before.
He had just started talking. Let's pull up the video.
Yeah, let's look at this real quick.
Oh, mark that. I have it pulled up right here.
Bro, how is there not more assassinations too? You ever think about that? Like, why aren't we assassinating people? That's kind of like... That could be kind of crazy for both sides. Because it could be a little chaotic. But it's like... How hard is it for like one of us of the 365 million people in the United States to kill like certain people? I don't know if we're getting flagged. I don't know if I just got put on a list.
No, you're fine. All right, here's the video over here.
We're on a path to finishing the NDA. We've been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Just the ways like
Somebody hit pause on the remote.
yeah, when
They're at the main menu right now.
When your controller disconnects. Me when the bitches actually turn up.
Fuck, when the light will turn green. What is it going?
It looks like there's like a fly caught in his mouth.
And this guy pulls up. He's like, "You alright? Should we go back to your office?" He says, "Yeah." And then he's fucking confused as shit. Like, he doesn't even go back. He stands there for the rest of the fucking thing. He just stands there. He doesn't know what's going on.
so this is the
And then this guy
awkward.
just steps in and starts finishing the speech. And there's another video of, I think, later in the day when he came out of his office or wherever the fuck. And the reporter was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, I'm fine. And then he made a joke. There's some kind of
Actually,
something that happened
I
with
just shit myself. I just want to be clear with y'all. What happened was I shit myself. I didn't really know how to process this. It's embarrassing as an 85-year-old.
I thought it was a fart. I thought I could finish the speech, and it started running down my leg, and I just didn't know what to do.
I didn't know what to do.
the PR. I read the headlines in my head and I shit myself. God damn it! Doesn't sound any better now. I'm saying it out loud.
In my earpiece, my team was trying to tell me to keep going.
Rich, say something. Rich.
I just didn't have it in me. Keep going. I just froze. They're in the headlights.
I started peeing.
I knew I should have worn my boxer briefs, my tight boxers today, and instead I wore my my loose-fitting Hanes, and they ran down all the way to my socks.
I'm quite uncomfortable right now. It's quite squishy. If you could hear that. Yep, that's shit.
Okay, but yeah, they asked him later when he got out of the fucking office.
He's like, imagine he hella gaslights him. What do you mean?
I'm fine. Nothing happened. What are you talking about?
What the fuck? What happened? Am I missing something here?
He just commits like so hard to the character.
It's like, Mitch, you froze for 20. What?
Who's Mitch McConnell?
He hella plays into the character. That old fuck? That old geezer?
It's my twin brother. Imagine. Anyways, they asked him if he was okay, and he was like, "I'm fine, yeah." And then he just like didn't say anything else. Like they're trying to ask him more questions, and his team was like, "We're fine, guys. Like, thanks, you know."
Shut the fuck up. Don't
And
mention it.
he even made some joke. I don't know. Honestly, I don't get the joke because I don't know the context. But something happened, I guess, to Joe Biden with the sandbag. Do you know anything about that?
Sandbag?
Sandbag.
No.
Because when they asked if he was okay, he was like, "Oh, it was just a little sandbag, something or some
Everyone's
shit
like-
about a sandbag." Yeah, of course. Some fucking
Oh, the
stupid.
guys are like trying to get the re-election seat. Good one, Mitch.
Good one, bitch. I mean, Mitch.
They fucking slap him. He's like has a heart attack.
Yeah, I guess he made some stupid reference joke to Joe Biden or something like
He's
that.
like, they're gonna love this one.
But he just said he's fine. And then on, I don't. Does CNN do they lean right or left? That news
I
outlet.
can't tell, but
I
it sounds
couldn't
very
tell you.
righty.
Right.
But I don't know what is left. You know, I don't know what's the left news outlet.
I know Fox is really right leaning.
That's for damn sure.
I think CNN's left leaning.
Makes sense.
I think they're
because those are like the
left-leaning.
two big ones. I feel like
Slightly. Anyways,
Telemundo.
they were talking about it on CNN, and they had this doctor on. I think it's like his doctor, Mitch McConnell, back in March of 2023, fell. Is that when I read it? Let me read the fucking article. Just the way it words it is like so violent. Jesus. I think I took a screenshot. Let me see here. Yeah, I got it. It says, the incident in Finland occurred just days before Mitch McConnell fell in March at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Washington, where he slammed his head and suffered a concussion and broken ribs, which sidelined him for nearly 6 weeks before he returned to the Senate. So I guess this, where he froze during the speech, was in Finland somewhere. But, and yeah, back in March, like it said, he fucking fell and got a concussion
So I
and
think
broke
there's,
his
like, some
ribs.
after effects.
And he was out of the game for a while. I guess he had to go like rehab and like physical rehabilitation
Should've
and
just
shit.
called it there, man. Just
I know.
retire.
And okay, but the doctor on CNN was saying, he was like, yeah, it was like a pretty serious concussion and stuff. And he was like, you know, at that age, like an injury like that, you don't really, like, you see it a lot where they don't really come back to be the same as they were, you know? And that's basically what he was saying about him. It's like, he's different now after that
Surprised the
concussion.
doctor was allowed to say that.
And apparently what happened, yeah, I know, it's on live TV. What happened in that, when he was talking and he froze for 22 seconds, he was having a seizure. That's why he froze.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he said, that's what the doctor is like.
Assume?
You know, yeah.
Diagnosis.
Exactly. He's like, I'm pretty sure it was I forget, there's a certain like medical name for it, but it's a certain type of seizure where, yeah, you kind of just like freeze up and you get stuck. And
Seizuritis, phyllitis.
plantar fasciitis seizure.
Ism.
But yeah, he said that's like, it's like a side effect of having a concussion apparently, and I think just his age, you know, is not like
So,
too good.
Mitch is
He's
81
years old.
81 years old.
Uh-huh.
Give or take.
I looked it up. He's 81.
Yeah, but when he was born, those birth records are probably not accurate. I'm sure they had him in a filing cabinet.
They had a transfer with a fucking feather on like 5 pieces
Yeah,
of paper.
God knows if they were in the. They probably said
And he
AC.
probably moved down the Oregon Trail all the way to the West Coast. And
They put
a rattlesnake bit it.
they put 1896 AC. You know? What do you think about him being in any position of power?
Okay, the thing is too, I looked it up what his age is, right? And there's so many, like just the 3 underneath him, there's like people also search for, and it's 3 other politicians. Name the ages.
Joe Biden's 80.
80 years old.
Dianna Feinstein.
90 years old.
I thought she died.
Is she still in power?
I'm pretty sure she's not. Let me look up.
But the other one there is Nancy Pelosi,
Nancy Pelosi,
and
old
she's
fuck,
80
dude.
fucking 3. How the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking there should be some kind of age cutoff for this shit.
And I'm not trying to be. What is it? Ageist?
Yeah.
There's a
I
better
am.
word.
No, it's ageist.
Really?
I think.
Well, that's
yeah.
easy. Shit. You know, because it's not like you're useless after like a certain age, but you're definitely not. It's like a doctor.
I think there's an
A
age
doctor with the shaky hands at 80 years old is not going to be better than a 50-year-old.
with steady hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's no shame in that. It's like just at one point,
You ain't what you used to be.
Charles E. Grassley, who's a United States Senator, guess how old he is?
87.
89.
Oh, wow. What does he look like? Does he look good? Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
He was looking like he died 5 years ago.
He's like a fucking scary movie.
And someone's wearing him as a suit. Joe Biden's 80?
I'm thinking there ought to be some kind of age cutoff here.
Oh my God.
What?
You can't believe, you wouldn't believe this photo of Dianne Feinstein.
No.
Holy shit, she looks like straight out of fucking. She looks like straight out of like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Let me see. Oh my gosh, she looks like a fucking who? Jesus. She looks like a fucking who?
She looks like The Nightmare Before Christmas, like one of those, like, you know, that old doctor?
She looks like the dog with the nose.
No, the doctor with the fucking
Oh,
wheelchair.
that's fucking his head comes, his skull opens.
Holy shit.
Jesus, she
Yeah.
looks exactly like
Yeah,
him.
that's what I'm saying.
Holy fuck.
Oh, man. Anyways, well, rough.
Oh, God.
And it's like when you're that age too, like are you even having fun as a politician?
Well, it's like, bro, I'm
you
sure
have
you've
to-
made enough money that you don't even need that anymore. But humans just always want more.
What
you
I'm
know?
thinking is, like-
you're on death's doorstep.
I think
you know?
a lot of politicians, like when they're on TV or whatever, they're like they have to be sitting down,
Yeah.
ruling shit, judging, informed, right? Bro, like that's like going to church every day.
Yeah.
At 80 years old, I'm like, bro, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm going somewhere else. Like, there's nowhere you're gonna sit me.
Yeah.
And those sheets are probably not comfortable. They're probably like wood, which
Yeah.
I'm sure they're used to.
Yeah.
You know, but I just don't get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely some age limit.
There's gotta be like some number that we can agree on where it's like, okay, most people once they hit this age, they're not like as quick as they used to be.
I think it should be like
70.
Like
That's still pretty old.
that's pretty old. I think
Right?
like 60, and I think you should have some like older representatives, kind of like a voice, like, hey, don't forget us too. Because people like 80-year-olds need like representation, like pensions and like
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
things
yeah,
that have
yeah.
to deal, or else we'd be like, oh, who cares about
True.
that? There has to be some sort of voice.
True.
But it's not like we have like it's like just have a couple people that are a little older and be like, okay, let's turn to them. What do you guys think?
yeah,
But
yeah.
fuck, like
I'm pretty sure the whole fucking thing, they're all like 60 plus.
yeah, I'm
like
sure.
The entire like
I'm sure if you got the
Senate
average,
House.
it's plus 65.
yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense. And
They
it's like,
say
how
Congress is, like,
how
the
would you even know
strongest
what we're
branch,
going
too.
through? Do you know what podcast is?
Yeah.
Like, do you know we have
Still watching
TV?
fucking VHS.
Literally. So I'm like, and you're gonna vote about
You know what a podcast is? Literally.
and Joe Biden. I
You
know,
what
like,
eating ass is.
I know they're. Do you know what furries are? I know.
Oh, which good segue to our next story.
Yeah. I know that like Joe Biden, they make fun of him a lot because he's just fucking old and like I don't know. He can't.
Goddamn Sleepy Joe.
Goddamn Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
But it's serious. It's like, isn't this concerning? Like,
oh yeah,
it's a
Dead-
joke.
Like, and I'm not the type of person to be like, it makes America look weak, because I really don't give a fuck. And
Yeah.
I think war and power and like reputation is stupid in
Yeah.
that sense.
But I think there's some.
But it's
like,
making us look weak.
I mean, shit. Like even
Like, how is that respectable?
Like-
this guy's so fucking old.
like, okay, bro. Like, people think Putin's scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's kind of a later.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't be scary, but you should definitely be like, Putin could like somehow like, I wouldn't be surprised if you won like a Greco wrestling match.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Biden, he needs help getting out of bed.
Literally.
So I'm
Like,
like,
can you wipe your ass?
but you're leading this whole country.
The whole thing.
Like, you
One
have
of
to
the
be in a
most-
negotiation room with Putin and like be able to be like,
Yeah.
nah, man, we're good.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Can you do a Biden impersonation? The jaw.
What is he? It's like Trump. He's like, I'm no sharper than a fly. I potatoes, and I don't understand. I just don't know. He just doesn't make any sense ever.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen him go off record. Like,
I'm gonna try. Ready? Yeah, I woke up this morning. I couldn't even wipe my own ass. And these COVID shots, they work. Okay, they work. So all my Americans, you need to go get your COVID shots. I can't. I just know his words are kind of long sometimes.
yeah.
Like, get the shots.
yeah,
And
kind
the
of
shots, they work.
like a Clint Eastwood kind of
And
type.
it's almost like there's something in his mouth a little bit.
Yeah, that's why his retainer falling out.
His fucking dentures.
His dentures.
Would you get head from a woman?
Yes.
With dentures, but with them out.
But old people kind of gross me out. No offense.
What if it's a young woman? I know somebody who had a coworker who had like some like rare kind of disease where she had no teeth, and she had dentures. And with her boyfriend, like he liked it when she would,
I feel like it'd be kind of cool to like
take them
like,
out.
It's our thing.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, let's get it special.
It's like someone who has like a wig as like
Uh-huh.
hair, and like you just like take that bitch off. Like, let's just fucking rock it.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Like it's
Yeah.
just like something cool, Or
Yeah,
like
it's
you're an
our little-
amputee.
Our little secret.
Like you're an amputee and you're just like take the leg off. But the gums is the only one that actually like provides a difference. Can you think of any other like what is it, like admiralty?
Well, these people are normal.
I'm not saying
They're
they're
human.
not. That would provide like an advantage.
Disability?
I know there's...
Careful.
Whoa.
Careful.
Is that still okay? Oh, okay. What about this? An accessory.
Okay.
Well, they kind of lost something.
Yeah, sometimes it's a decessory.
Is that a word?
No.
Okay. How about this? A perk.
Okay.
Yeah, like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You get perks.
Yeah, you got
You get sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
But then you lose, like
and some accuracy.
yes.
Yeah.
So you lost some teeth.
Yeah.
But you gained some.
What's
fucking
the one where
head.
you run fast?
God knows.
Yeah. Roadrunner?
No.
I think it's a perk, I swear to God.
Percocet. Percocets.
What are some other that what?
I know that Issa was saying, I think it was Issa saying she had like an OnlyFans girl that she really enjoyed. Or is it Lindsay? I think it's Issa, that like she had 2 vaginas. And that like she had an OnlyFans. And like she
2
really
vaginas?
played on that. Yeah.
So 2 holes?
I think it's like 1 hole, but like 2.
Like it's kind of split into 2 somehow?
Yeah.
The hole is
Like
a little bit.
it's still a vagina.
Yeah.
But like inside.
Oh, I've heard
like
that before.
It's like
a thing.
you go to like a water slide. There's 1 entrance, 2 slides.
Okay, so at the entrance there's 2 holes.
No. Well, like from the front, you can't really tell.
But once you stick your finger inside, you
You
there's
could
a
probably go
split?
up or down or left or right
Okay.
or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts.
I knew somebody whose friend had that condition, but it wasn't like
Perk?
had that perk because she had like a really gnarly yeast infection in her vagina, and the yeast, I think,
Made like a barrier?
ate through like the wall of her vagina.
Damn.
So then there was like 2 holes.
Shit, that
Like,
battery
there was
acid
a
in
hole,
there.
and then there was another hole like down, if and you could do either one.
Holy shit.
So then her and her boyfriend would do like anal exclusively
Wait, why?
during that time
Oh, because it was like too much?
because she was yeasting.
Oh, and then
'Cause
once
she
it
had the
was-
infection.
But like once it was done, she
I think it
stayed
was
with
also
the
like
2
kind of
hole-
painful for
Yeah,
her
I mean,
to
I
do
would assume
vaginal.
that kind of sucks.
But that's crazy, right? I don't know if it healed, or if
I
she
feel like
just
a
has
vagina
that.
would have to be really like healy. Like, because you get you have pregnancy in there.
Plastic is the medical term.
Strong.
Like plasticity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. It's kind of like the mouth where it
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
heals fast. It's like a mucous membrane, so it's like has to kind of.
Do you like when people have split tongues? Okay.
I think it makes you feel like a little
Different.
uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
not like in the sense that I think it's ugly, but it's because like imagine how that would feel for me.
Like, but you
and
imagine
it,
like
kind of
pain.
grosses me out. Like, I would hate for my tongue to feel like split.
Yeah.
And
Like you want it to be
pain,
like together.
the pain too. Yeah. What
Which
do you
I don't
feel?
think it'll be
You know what's crazy is how they can do this with it.
That doesn't make sense. Like
Like-
what are you doing?
Right? Like, how can you do that?
That doesn't make any sense. Because I can only do one up. Well, I guess I don't have 2, but like I can't even do this with my tongue.
Yeah. I don't
Like-
understand. But I mean, it's probably a whole different ball game once it's split like that.
I think it is a little weird at first. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I had like a really cute girlfriend,
She
and
had it.
She had it. I'd be like, it's really attractive.
Wow.
And like I don't know. It'd be kind of like you
I
do
wanna
tongue
see
and,
it in
and make
person,
out,
'cause-
and like you could feel the it'd be kind of like ooh.
Yeah.
I really
Or
like
imagine-
tongues. Sorry, TMI. I love tongues.
I love kissing.
Okay.
And it bums me. It bums me out when girls aren't like super into kissing or like making out, because I'm like, seriously, like this is like the
Yeah,
funnest,
like, no need to
sexiest
rush.
thing ever.
Yeah.
You know, I just like it. The whole time I'm like, let's kiss while we're banging too. You know.
I remember there was this girl. I can't really go into details, but like we were making out, but she didn't really want to like make out heavily.
Mm-hmm.
But like she's like, I mean, she was enjoying it. There's a lot of backstory, but she didn't want
Yeah.
to make out like crazy, but she was like wanting to do other stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, the makeout is like my basis for everything. Like that's like
Yeah.
the foundation
Yeah,
of this
yeah.
whole connection.
Yeah.
Like I need to be 1, making out with you, 2, feeling you, and like 3, like some good eye contact every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like those are the 3. And if I feel like one's disconnected, it's really hard to get the whole thing kind of going, you know?
I might have told you this. I don't remember, but I've made out with a girl before. Well, slightly made out because she didn't like it. But we would like kiss, but it was only like the lips, no tongue ever. And it was always like we'd kiss for like a few seconds and she'd stop. And then I think I asked her like, you don't like, making out or something? And she was like, yeah, I don't like it. Like, I feel like I'm being like challenged like when I'm making out with somebody.
She thinks your tongues are jousting.
Right? Like, no, literally. She's like, I feel like it's almost like you're like threatening me or something, or like,
Holy shit.
like yeah, it's like you're challenging me, like an
It's like-
animal. I'm like, it's interesting, you know?
You know, point of view.
Yeah. Each their own, you know.
I love tongues. Like, I love like
The tongue.
pushing.
Huh?
I love pushing them against. I love when they go like this around.
Have you
I
ever
love
kissed-
like sucking it and they suck mine.
Oh wow.
You know, I just love tongues. Like, it's just so like.
Are you a loud kisser?
I don't know. I haven't been out in so long, Chris.
Dude, it's
It's been 7+ months.
I think it's like 9 now.
Yeah. Like,
Have you ever made out with someone who? Because I've had this multiple times. I know you're gonna think of one, but there's been a few where you kiss, but like while you're making out, like when they touch your tongue, it's not like where your lips are both like kind of together and then inside of each other's cavity.
Uh-huh.
It's like
Do that one more time. Okay. Stop.
It's like they leave space between your lips and they tongue you in the air.
Oh, good.
You know?
Like that.
Like you're like
There's no
this.
lips.
Yeah, there's no lips involved with
It's
the
like
tonguing.
your tongue's a bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like you're just like this, and she's like this. You're not like this. You know?
No.
There's been several times that's happened, and I have to adjust, and I'm like, this is different. You know?
It's always
But
crazy
not
to
too
like
bad.
having to adjust. Like
It
to a
is
different
crazy, and it
person.
makes me so nervous. and
Yeah, the
anxious.
first time I'm like,
'Cause
oh shit.
Their
Like,
style is not your style.
like,
You're
you
like,
just gotta
"Oh,
get
fuck."
really quick. Yeah, your brain's like, the SpongeBob meme. Figure it out.
What's his name?
Get the files.
Bro, literally.
And I'm like, okay, right, left, you know, like soft,
It's
hard.
the most like nerve-wracking shit ever when they're just like such a different kisser than you. And
The
you're like,
thing
oh my
that's
God.
closest to that is like I'll go my mouth like this is if it was like mostly with my ex, and this
Mhm.
is like more if it was like intense. But we would just like kind of like stick your mouths together like a touch, and
Yeah.
then just go ham with your tongue, like just ham.
Oh, wow.
Remember I did that when I was
That's
like
nice.
I used to
That's
smoke,
hot,
and I was
I
just so
think.
high, and I was just like, oh, you know, I would just go crazy.
It's smoking. I've only done it once. No, I've done it a few times, like smoking, and then getting down. I feel like it's nice every time, but then you're so in your head at the same time. Like
Yeah,
everything is so like
it's a double-edged
sensitive,
sword.
but then you're
It
like,
could go really bad, but
am I
also
doing this right? You know?
I remember like it's just everything is just so perfect. Like it's just everything's just so slow. And everything
Yes.
just lasting
You
forever.
feel
like you're
everything so
you're
much.
perfectly okay with staying at the stage that you're at. Like whatever you're doing. If you're making out, like I'll do this forever. If you're having sex, I'll do this forever. Like you're just like
Yeah,
in the
locked
moment
in.
forever, which
It's
probably is
nice.
only like a couple minutes. You know?
Let's get to this next story.
Yeah.
So there's a news story I wanted to read.
Mm-hmm.
Are you cool with me reading it?
Yeah.
Okay, the article is entitled Japanese Man Drops $14,000 for Custom-Made Collie Dog Costume. A Japanese man has fulfilled his dream of becoming a dog. As reported by the New York Post, the unidentified man who goes by Toko online last week shared a video of his first public walk on his YouTube channel. The video, which features Toko donning a realistic collie costume, sees the man interacting with humans while also rolling around on the ground and playing in a dog-like nature. Thankfully, this is his quote from Toko, the dog guy. Thankfully, I received
Cute
permission. Toko? Pretty good one, right?
Yeah. I mean, like if I was a dog, that's
a
a
nice
nice
one.
name. I'd be happy with that. Toko.
He's a Japanese guy, too. He's from Japan.
Maybe it's different.
This takes place in Japan. Thankfully, I received permission to use the videos, so I'm releasing them to the public. On the day of the interview, they were very kind to me, Toko wrote in the YouTube video description. He has a YouTube channel, and it's called I Want to Be an Animal. That's his
Holy
name.
shit. Doesn't be like Toko's World.
It says, in a separate interview with The Mirror, Toko expressed his fear of telling his friends about his desire to become a dog. And in that interview, he quotes, I rarely tell my friends because I'm afraid they will think I'm weird, Toko told the outlet. My friends and family seemed very surprised to learn I became an animal. Toko added, I don't want my hobbies to be known, especially by the people I work with. And then there's a video here. Do you want to watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just skim through it because I think it's 5 minutes long.
Jesus fuck.
I will say... Never mind, I'll say after what I think. Alright, so this is him. This is the dog.
Holy shit, that is realistic.
That's the costume. $14,000, and he did it so it would be realistic, you know?
That is way, way better than I thought.
I'll just say some facts, too, because I did a lot of research on this one.
Okay.
there's a company that makes costumes and stuff for commercials, and that's who he went to. And yeah, $14,000. Although one article said 16,000. I don't know. It's a conversion because he paid in yen.
Bro, imagine trying to pet a dog that you see while you're walking.
Yeah.
And it starts saying, "Hey, what's up?"
And he has a YouTube channel, which this is on, called "I Want to Be an Animal." But he has multiple different videos, all of which he was inside his house or like in his backyard in the costume. This is the first time he's like stepped out into the world, right? I think he could do a little bit better job behaving like a dog, you know?
Yeah, that motherfucker just rolled around
And the
like
way-
twice. Like, no dog is doing that more than
And
once.
the way he's walking, you know, around, I think he could walk a little more swiftly. You know, it's
I mean,
like
if
he's
you're gonna
kinda-
spend 14 grand,
he's
like
moving pretty slow and stumbling a little bit. you know?
beforehand, you better get the technique down. It's like buying like a $2,000 electric guitar without knowing how to like
And
strum a
they're
chord.
pulling him around on this fucking cart,
Well, 'cause
like
he's
the ones
tired.
you find at Home Depot. I
Yeah.
think it's just too hard for him to walk like an actual
Yeah.
dog. And I was thinking about it because I'm thinking about the ergonomics of him being inside this dog costume.
Hot as shit. Smells probably so bad.
Absolutely, he probably can't see a fucking thing. And then also,
Yeah, how's
I'm
he
just
even see?
thinking like when he's walking. He's got to be on all fours like this somewhat.
Yeah.
Because if he's on his feet like this,
There's no way.
like you're not looking like a dog there.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that person texting me so much?
No.
But and then I'm looking at the back legs of the costume there, and you can see they're a little thicker. Like it's not his leg just going straight down. Like there's some bendage. I think his knees are bent somewhat, but I'm just confused as to how that's working. You know what I mean?
I think he chose like the cutest fucking dog outfit though.
He
Like,
said that's
this
his
is, like,
favorite.
the-
That's his favorite
This is
dog.
like the most least non-threatening, less creepy dog I could have chose to like do this. You know?
He said it's his favorite dog for one. And by the way, we're on a hike in Mammoth, and we saw those two dogs.
Oh, dude, beautiful.
And you were like, they were beautiful. That's the kind of dog.
Makes
It's called a.
sense.
Can I see my phone? It's called a border collie, I think. And he said he chose that. One, it's his favorite dog. Two, he said the long hair would like kind of morph his human
see
form.
that. I can see
So
that.
pretty good choice, huh?
I mean, he put some thought to it. But I'm
What do you
thinking,
think about the costume, though?
one, amazing, pretty great.
Pretty good, right?
I think.
I think the face you could tell a little bit. Like, well, we're
Yeah.
humans, so we're
Yeah.
gonna find out one way or another.
Like, you ever see those like things where it's like humans could tell when something's off about a person, like
Yeah.
in movies or in like they'll specifically like say they made a movie about aliens, they'll specifically make the human like alien look a little weird, and somehow
Yeah.
we're like, that's different, you know?
Dude, our ability, like, real quick, just on a sciencey nerd note, like, our ability of, like, facial recognition is so insane. Like, when you realize something's just slight, like, we can tell those tiny, like, minute, like, things where, like,
Yeah.
something's off here. You
Yeah,
know,
like Selena Gomez, I know.
or just, like,
Just kidding.
or just, like, emotions, or, like, oh, this person, you know, looks like they might have had some, like, alcohol abuse in their past, you know, or, like,
Yeah.
drug use, as fucked up as that, like, sounds, you know, but, like, we just pick up on, like, the subtlest things. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
So yeah, I think with a dog, yeah, you could definitely tell.
But-
You know, it's a little off.
14 grand.
14 grand.
I'll-
Do you think he got his money's worth?
No.
Money's worth
I think 2 grand max.
for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you can't make that for 2 grand.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the inside, because maybe that's what's like some of the money is like, how are you going to make it fit?
Yeah, maybe.
Reusable, good quality.
Yeah.
And, you know, but like even then 4 grand maybe.
Yeah.
14?
14's a
That
lot.
fucker better bark or something.
Like you could get a fake ass and tits and lips and like so much shit for $14,000.
Like you could be an actual dog with 14 grand. I feel like they'll make you surgery.
They
You know?
give you like a dog nose or something.
Yeah, I'll
Some
get you some fur. Like put a skin graft all over you. But I don't understand.
That
But
is
I mean,
nuts.
honestly, as weird as it is, I felt kind of like good for him.
Right.
Yeah, like you
And that's
know,
the
you
reaction
did
I
it.
had. Like, obviously, it was a little weird, you know, but
Yeah.
at the same time, and I did, you know, 15 minutes of research on this before the podcast.
Nice.
And he said, because people are giving him hate for it online,
course.
obviously, right? Some people are like, this has to be some kind of sexual thing, like this guy's gross. Another person's like,
Oh, like he wants to fuck dogs.
yeah, like a furry kind of thing.
Yeah.
Another person said, like, men will spend $14,000 on a dog costume instead of going to therapy. So they're saying that he needs therapy.
That's a good one.
I also read the comments on the video on YouTube, which has 4.9 million views, by the way. Only a few days old. and most of it's bad. Like most people are just like, this is so weird, or like the dogs can obviously tell that he's fake, and like the kids are scared and this and that, you know.
The kids are scared. Oh, for the kids.
So mostly, you know, hate, but a lot of like positive stuff too. And his response to the hate is like, one, he was very offended that people are hating on him, right?
I would be like, okay, I get it.
I mean, I'm sure to an extent, but like all the news articles and shit is saying that he's like
fucked.
It disappoints me so much that people are like saying this stuff, you know? And he's like, as a kid, like everybody wants to be something, right? Like a hero or like a fucking
Astronaut,
musician, whatever. And he's like, I remember writing down in grade school that I want to be a dog and like walk around as a dog. And now as a grown man, he has made that come true, you know?
When you put it like that,
yeah,
right? It makes that's actually kind of nice because like I want to grow up
Never
to be
give up, you know?
Yeah, like I want to grow up to be a firefighter, and he just wanted to grow up to like walk.
Got the dog in him.
I mean, it's better than some people who just want to grow up to be the fucking number 1 corporate leader.
Yeah,
you know? What's so wrong with the guy?
81 years old.
You know.
Yeah, so,
but
I think it does make it. I mean, to me, I don't see anything suspicious with it. I think.
Yeah, just don't fuck a dog.
I think the guy's just, you know, just wants to be a fucking dog.
Yeah, just let him dog.
I'm just not gonna question it, but there's part of it that makes me think like it's kind of sweet, you know, a little dog.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's living his dream,
doing his thing.
He's doing his thing. He's not disturbing anyone.
You know?
He's not shitting on the sidewalk.
Podcasters.
Now, I will say that, you know, a side of therapy might not be too bad. Just to see what's just to
make sure.
Just to make sure that it doesn't progress to something else.
I mean, $14,000. Do you think that's a problem that he spent that much on it?
Depends how much he has left over.
It's true. We don't know,
You know.
but yeah,
He seems like he's gonna
I
be
don't
doing
know.
fine because I think with the coverage too, he'll get some money.
True. Yeah, he'll get something.
But
out
I
of it.
think
But he hasn't revealed his identity to the world.
good
He's just Toko. Nobody knows who this guy is.
because
Pretty good.
people
Oh,
will
yeah.
probably fuck him up.
It's crazy because like I feel like people get death threats for everything. You know, like once you get like big enough, they're like, I got death threats.
Bro,
and I feel like
imagine-
this guy would
who
like
would-
for no reason. You know,
Oh, for sure. Like, who would write death threats? Like,
that's insane. Imagine hitting send, like typing the whole thing out, reading it, and it's like how?
imagine
How do you go through the
too
whole
when they write
process?
like letters. You have to mail that. You paid for this.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
fucking nuts.
Bro, like people would take things so crazy. Like it. I mean, I know we're guys with podcasts, and but like people really don't care about your opinion that much. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like there's no way you're like, yeah, like you said, I wouldn't imagine he got death threats. Like,
Yeah,
you're fucking
right?
sick. Like you're so wrong with the world. You're Satan filled.
setting such a bad example
Yeah, like fuck off,
kids.
bro. Whatever.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I think it's one of those things like much
What are you
like
laughing for?
I didn't lap.
Oh.
One of those things, just like, you know, gay marriage or whatever, where it's
Like
like,
if you ask the
who gives
kid,
a shit? Like,
if you ask the
which-
kid, like, hey, could a guy dress up as dog? They'd probably be like, whatever. You know, like, who cares? Let me go to recess. Like,
I don't care.
yeah, Jill, let him do what he wants.
W Riz.
Or would you rather him L Fortnite L? Or would you, like, it's like, would you rather dress up as a dog, or would you rather him be like fucking miserable? Like,
Yeah,
Just let 'em be dogs.
I don't think anything's wrong with it, but I could definitely see the type of people who are like, you know, anti-trans, anti-this, anti-that,
exactly,
like
you're exactly where you're supposed to
anti-anything
be.
that's like different. I could see them being
Yeah.
like, this is exactly what's wrong with this country.
Fuck you guys. Like, bro,
It's
just
in
let 'em do
Japan.
It's in Japan.
But I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah.
Should we answer the questions?
Yeah, I think, and then we should call it.
Okay. No mammoth?
Yeah, no.
All right. Maybe a few things. Just real quick.
We should like.
Are we really going to save that for another day?
Yeah, we'll never get to it.
All right. Ready? Biggest red flags in a guy. Okay, so just a preface real quick. On our drunk 4th of July podcast where we got absolutely destroyed, we did a Q&A, and I just feel like some of the questions, a few of them, deserved a little more justice than we were giving them because we were so drunk. So we're going to go over like 4 or 5 of them. Biggest red flags in a guy, someone asked. And I thought this would be fun as men because I think we can evaluate maybe our own red flags a little bit.
Okay, what about that? Start out that. What's your biggest
Like
red
from our
Well, no. What's a couple of your biggest red
relationship
flags?
experience, I think we can pick out a couple of ours.
Yeah, go.
Okay, one,
We'll go back and forth.
I will say he doesn't like make an effort to do shit for you anymore.
No,
like,
I'm saying you specifically.
Yeah, me. Yeah, me.
Oh, why are you talking to yourself like
Oh,
third
sorry. I would say like,
person? Say hi. My name's Chris Mariscal, and I have issues.
hi, my name's Chris, and I am not a great boyfriend. Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
All right. Yeah, I'd say one of my like. Well, now that fucks everything up because that was more like situational.
Well, we could go after.
Okay, well, I would say, like, once my relationship was kind of, doomed, I would, like, not put effort in anymore to, like, do fun stuff or romantic stuff or, like, any types of gestures or plan any dates or anything like that. And that would be brought up a lot, And I never really had a good reason, like, why I wasn't doing those things.
Yeah.
And I'd say that's a giant red flag. Like,
yeah, like if you're having to ask him to do some like
Exactly.
nice, good gestures, or I know some people are like, oh, he just doesn't love like that.
Mhm.
That's just not his style, which I could see in certain situations. But I think a large part of his like, he just doesn't want to. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason he doesn't want
Yeah.
to, and that's
especially
kind of
if
like
they did it in the
sus.
beginning,
Yeah, and it's like, especially if you could see it, him doing that in other situations, like
Yeah.
if he never wakes up ever to like make you some breakfast or something, but he'll wake up early to go like watch a football game. You're like,
Yeah,
come
or
on,
like,
it's not like it's not like you'd be like, oh, he's not a morning person. It's like, no, he just
if he-
doesn't want to.
Exactly. If he's doing a bunch of other shit that he could equally do with you, but doesn't.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
he doesn't take you out to travel, but he'll travel with his friends. Stuff like that. Like where it's like a
Exactly.
double-edged sword. Like he's like,
Yeah. What about you?
Uh,
Red flag.
This one I've been thinking about a little bit, but I realize that I hate changing for someone, like
Uh-huh.
at all, my behavior. And I think it's not too bad. Like that's not really a bad thing. Like,
Yeah.
be who you are, and like, I don't think you should really change too much for a relationship. But I've realized that it's been like a problem, even my friendships, where like if someone tells me to change just a little bit, I fucking hate that.
Or like compromise at all.
Yeah, like, and I've realized that I will explain myself, and I'll be like, I'm really just like saying my side. That's it. Like it doesn't mean it's really 100% right.
Yeah.
And I think that in the relationship that had happened a couple of times where people would say their point, and I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Like I'm not gonna change at all. Like at all. I'm not even giving you like a hint of compromise. I'm like, Jesus, like I hate that. Like
I could see that.
it's weird that I'm like so anti like controlled. Like no, like So I think that could be. I think there was some like I was justified in some things, but I think there was a couple things where I could have been like, what, you're right. Let me try to at least give you some like a mile.
Yeah, compromise a little bit.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to think of more. But,
Okay,
okay, let me, because I'm just thinking of like, my past relationship and my red flag in that.
Mhm.
But let me try to think like overall.
I think
not including you,
Sorry. I thought you need more time. You're good.
like not ever really wanting to include you with like friends and shit, like to bring you to outings with like your friends and stuff, maybe.
Yeah, that's big. Like
I don't know.
you should like. I mean, like I don't think you should be bringing them to everything.
Every once in a while.
But if you want to do it, whatever. But I think you should be able to like kind of click with the group enough to be
Yeah.
like, oh, come, like it's
Yeah.
the same with or without you, almost like
Yeah.
we love you here. If you're not, it's cool. Like if you got something to do, or I just want to be with the homies.
Yeah.
But it's like it would be nice because it's like these guys obviously have like a really good connection with each other. So if you fit in, I feel like it's almost like I don't know, like it would all make sense. you
Yeah.
know? Kind of.
What else? Do you have another one?
I think this isn't anything crazy. I remember I actually asked my ex like a couple months later. I was like, was this a problem?
Yeah.
But I was like, I remember sometimes I would get like mad at her, and I would get like kind of like
Snappy?
explode a little bit, like a little snappy, you
Yeah.
know. And I hated that because
fuck,
that's something I don't like. My dad is my dad's like snappy like that.
Yeah.
And I remember I would be like, I just get like angry. And I remember I would do this one thing, like this one voice that I didn't think was too serious, but I think was kind of a little like triggering for her. When I'd be like,
Well, you do that with everybody, first of all.
Yeah,
So I don't
and
want it to seem like he only did this with this girl.
and I used to do it a
ex.
lot before in high school. Remember, we used to always like
It's
after
half
high school, it's
joking, half
it's like,
serious.
Yeah, like half joking, like I'll put the freaking dishes in the sink. You know, like whatever. Like, but like
Yeah.
it's like a joke. Like
You don't really do that as much anymore.
bro, I used to do it a lot,
So much.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't handle it. Like I was just like, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like joking because I'm not actually screaming, but it's also kind of like relax.
Yeah.
You know. But I remember
Yeah.
at the time I didn't feel like it was that bad. But I remember that was the only way I could like express myself, being like, I don't know, you know, without.
Exactly.
But I realized like over time I was like, that's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
And then I asked her, she's like, nah, you weren't that bad. She was like, I never thought you were like
Uh,
anything crazy, you know. Like,
yeah.
just
Like
a
you're not
couple-
actually crazy.
Yeah, like I'm not actually like
It's
snapping. And I was like, okay, well, thank you. Like I just wanted to make sure like I didn't, you know.
Yeah. I think I get like, I'm not very thoughtful or like considerate sometimes. Like I get really caught up in like what I want to do and how I feel, or like how excited I am about stuff, and I'll just put like all my focus and like energy into like my own shit, and then I'll just totally like put my person on the back burner, you know? And like that's been a problem for me in the past big time, even like from the beginnings of like the relationships, you know?
For me, I think something that popped up too was like slight like egotistical, where it was like if something simple as in like if we're in the car, which a lot of times I drove everywhere, it'd be my music, like almost like no questions asked. But that was like something small that could have been applied to a lot of things. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot of just like, oh, I like this, or this is my tone that I'm setting, whatever. But it wasn't a lot of like, oh, do you want to play music, or do you want to eat this? Like, what do you want to eat? I mean, I would say like, what do you want to eat? But it would, I don't know. I think it's just in my past relationship, I had such a character and concept of myself, and like I was older and I had more freedom, that like I had more personality, not more personality, but I was more of a, I don't know, like more of a person almost. So that like it's like I knew places to eat because I'd been there, you know, and I'd grown up and stuff. I know.
So
it's
like,
like,
I'm saying like that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
Like no, we'll go here because I.
No, it's more like,
Oh.
like if we were to go places, it's like I'm taking you to places I know because you don't really know it, like,
No.
you know. So it wasn't like egotistical, or it was like, no, mine's better than yours. It was more just like, you don't know, so I'm showing you, like I'm showing you. But then it kind of would do like, oh, I'm showing you all this stuff. So then like that set the tone of like, I'm always choosing first. I'm always doing things first. I'm always
I
like,
see
it's
what you
always
mean
my
now.
stuff. So I'm like, I never got that like super balancey, which kind of sucks. And I feel like that would be nice in a relationship. Be like,
Yeah, they put you on to a bunch of
yeah,
shit.
put me on. Like, you know, what do you like, or what do you listen to, or what are your some stuff like that? You know, hobbies that you like. But I haven't really experienced that dynamic just because of like the person I was with.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, I could kind of like see how that was.
Yeah,
Definitely
so
under the
you get it, right?
circumstances.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about general.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in general, just my red flags. I'd say I've gotten a lot better about this, I think, but I used to be such a fucking overthinker, and like I just could not make decisions to save my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've gotten a lot better about it, but there are like certain decisions like calling out of work and, you know, shit like that where I struggle. But I think that is a big one, like just my overthinkingness and like. Yeah,
You're saying in relationships, or you're saying, what are you talking about?
just in general, me as a person,
Oh.
a red flag.
I was saying like red flags in general
Oh,
of like
people.
relationships.
Oh, I was
You
trying
mind
to think
going
of
that
more. Okay, yeah.
I think someone who's secretive.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
There shouldn't be like barriers or
Like-
anything, especially if that's your person.
I know
Like,
it's stupid when people are like, oh my God, like going through your phone and people are kind of like hidden.
Yeah.
But I really do think that like you should be able to be like, oh, you took my phone, like my heart rate isn't elevating.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely,
you know?
definitely,
Like,
yeah.
chilling, you know?
Yeah,
I
the
think
phone
maybe,
should
like,
not be an issue.
Your group chat, you know, like I'm sure there's some embarrassing stuff or whatever.
Or
but
the
it's like,
guys are gonna be, you know, a little,
yeah,
maybe a little horny.
but it shouldn't be anything that'll jeopardize your relationship. Where it's like, you know,
Absolutely.
So like, I think someone that's being secretive is a pretty red flag. It's like people say like, oh no, it's my phone, like it's my stuff, like it's not because I'm being secretive, it's just my stuff. Like I don't want you to. That's like, you shouldn't be that crazy.
That's a great point. Yeah. Yeah. I've been in like a situationship before where it was like when we would have serious conversations, I like the person would not really voice themselves that much, and then once I was vulnerable and would voice like what I wanted, they'd be like, oh, me too. And I was like, why the fuck would you not say that? Like,
Yeah.
they said the opposite before, and I'm like, no way, you know? So communication's a big one.
Oh, fat. Fat.
Like,
Just someone who communicates will probably like solve most of your issues. I feel like just like if you're busy, or what do you like, what don't you like, how do you love, like what do you plan on doing,
Mhm.
you know, like there's just like everything with communication will make you figure out like just don't lie, you know, just don't be a
Yeah.
liar. Like, and I know lying could be like, is it because you're guilty, or is it because like you're scared of the truth or whatever, but it's like, bro, just communicate and tell when the other person is lying, like, or making excuses, like, you know,
Yeah.
oh, why didn't you give me flowers? Oh, it's just I didn't think about it, I was so tired after work. It's like,
Yeah,
just
when
say
it's
you didn't
repetitive
think
and
about
shit.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
say it, and then I will know, okay, maybe you don't like me.
I think, like people-pleasing tendencies, that's a big red flag, I think. Because, like, it seems sweet and innocent at first when someone, like, they give you those little like runaround excuses
Yeah,
instead
like,
of just being like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
or like I'd rather not, I'd rather do this instead.
And it's
or
almost like
something.
they themselves can't accept that they don't want to.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
no, I swear it's just because it's like just
like,
think
no,
about
no,
it.
no, no,
Maybe
no,
you
no,
didn't
no.
want to, you know?
Yeah, and that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But tell me, like
Exactly.
it's not always gonna be easy, and it can't always be easy, you know. But that's a big one because that'll wreak fucking havoc on a relationship because if they're never, it goes back to communication. Like if they're people pleasing, a people pleaser, they're never gonna tell you like their true feelings or rarely, you know, and then that's gonna build up and it's gonna cause a lot of fucking problems.
And maybe you're okay with them not like wanting to do it, you know? Like maybe there's
Yeah.
people that like don't want to do it, then at least you're consciously like aware that you're making the decision to stay with someone that doesn't want to do that
Yeah.
stuff. I think people, I mean, this is more toxic stuff, but like people who kind of like don't want you to be with your friends and family, you know?
Oh yeah, that's a
I
big
mean, that's pretty
fucking red
sus.
flag.
I feel like a lot of me and Chris are pretty like, I don't think we're going to get really stuck in anything toxic, hopefully.
Yeah.
Unless it's, I don't know. I get scared of that. 'Cause I'm such a simp.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
I think there is some things that people don't really understand are really bad, you know,
Mhm.
that we
Yeah.
do. That like if someone told me like, "Hey, I don't want you hanging out with Andrew," you know,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "What?" You know, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm
What?
not doing that.
Yeah,
But it's
I
so
think-
common for guy to kind of gaslight a girl or vice versa to be like, "Hey, like, I don't want you hanging out with him because I think he's a bad influence and all stuff." And then you start thinking like, "Oh yeah, maybe he is." But
Yeah.
It's like, no, bro. Like,
So blinded.
you know.
I think this is kind of new age here. Might be a little controversial, but I think when someone's like not texting you back consistently, like I'm not saying they always have to have a reason as for why they're not texting you, but I think they should text you consistently until it's like, okay, I'm doing something, or like I just need some space or something like that. But
Yeah.
like, you know, if you're having like a decent conversation and then they're responding like once an hour, like it's kind of a red flag, I think.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're
because-
not into me.
Exactly. Like if
Like,
you were
should be
into
kinda
me, you'd
passionately-
be excited to text
Yeah.
me. You know, I think that's a big one. Like, you should
All right,
look out for.
this is a controversial one, and I want your opinions on it.
Okay.
What is your take on how your spouse and significant other dresses? Like,
Oh,
I really thought about this.
like it could be a red flag.
No, like, what do you think about, like, you know how there's always like the conversation
Like
of
they
like,
dress too
yeah,
slutty.
yeah,
quote
like
unquote.
they dress too exposed or stuff like that. Like, but if it was my girl, move this fucking leg, please. Okay, that's good. If it was my girl, you know, like I don't want her wearing certain things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to think now, you know, because
It's.
I think growing up, I'd always be like, I don't give a shit, and I've never ever cared, like,
Mhm.
and I don't think I've ever had anyone I was talking to be like, oh my god, like, what are you wearing? I've never guessed it. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, I'm like, wow, that's really attractive.
You
Like,
look
let's
good,
go out,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I think I still am like that, but I'm trying to think. I'm like, maybe when I'm married, I'm like, what I want my girl to be like some see-through shit in like the public, but I'm like, if I don't care now, I don't think I'll ever
You know
care.
anything's a red flag of yours?
Okay. I didn't know we were doing that.
I feel
segment.
like.
Shit.
I feel like you don't really get like jealous at all. And
Yeah,
I'm
but, like,
I
it's-
think that's a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
Like obviously, I think jealousy is like such a bad, like shitty thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm the jealous type, and I get jealous, and it bothers me a lot, and I hate feeling that way. I feel like it's really unattractive when people are jealous.
It's an icky emotion.
It's very ick. But I feel like you don't get jealous at all. Like no matter what.
Honestly, Chris, have you ever heard me say I was jealous? Ever?
Never in my fucking life
Is that
have
nuts?
you ever expressed any discomfort like about what your SO significant other was doing.
Yeah.
Ever.
Literally.
Ever.
That's nuts.
What do you think about that?
It's a little scary.
Ever.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if I've expressed it to you, but I've definitely been jealous like a lot of
Yeah,
times,
yeah. I don't
you
think.
know?
I think only one person I could think of, like one situation. I
A
think
fake
it was
name.
like someone that you had in the past had like a friend that she confided in that you're kind of like sus on.
Me?
Yeah,
You're talking about me?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. Say it again so I can think of
We'll
me.
just bleep this whole segment.
No, I wasn't jealous of him, but I remember...
Now go vague because I'll be back right here.
Yeah, I remember there was this other guy that a past significant other of mine.
Yeah.
There was a guy from her past that she like went to prom with or something like in high school. And I don't think she ever really like well, what she told me was that she never really had like crazy feelings for him, or like maybe for a little bit, but then she was just like, got the ick, you know? And then there was never anything. But he like never wanted to like let her go and stuff.
Jesus.
And even while we were together, bro, I completely forgot about this until you told me.
Oh, I remember
even
that,
while we were together, he would like message her and shit
Yeah.
all the time. And like, bro, I'm on her profile. Like she was posting me, you know?
Oh my God, I can't imagine that you're on someone else's profile.
And he was like messaging her like all the time. Oh, he asked her to hang out in person, and they did. Like, okay, and she asked me first. She was like, "Hey, like," and I knew the whole situation. She was like
no secrecy, see, in communication.
She was like, he wants
Makes a bad
to
thing better.
like catch up or something. She's like, do you feel weird about that? And I honestly
Wants to catch up for show.
I know. I don't know why, looking back on it, but like I honestly was not concerned in the slightest. Like I was like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I really don't give a shit. Like I was feeling very, very secure in that moment in time. And then I remember they went out to eat, and I don't think it was even a long like ordeal, but like I remember she told me after, like I think she called me right after, and she was like, dude, it was so weird. She's like, from the beginning, like I could tell that he was like had different intentions. Like it was kind of like a date kind of vibe. Like he wanted to pay for me. And then I think like, God, this is so much worse than I said out loud. Basically a cuck. But he, like, after they ate or whatever, he like drove her to like, they went to like a park and like parked the car next to the park.
Bro, I forgot about this real quick. I used to
Did I ever tell you this whole story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to always take girls to the park. Remember that one park by you and I?
Yeah.
Always. I forgot I used to do that for
yeah.
months.
Oh, that was a spot.
Because like I had a car for
It
once.
sucked up there.
I had Jesus.
Sorry.
I had a big car. I'd always want to go in the back. Fucking whore. And like, or just even just to hang out, like friendly hangouts. I would just recline the seats. It would be like a vibe.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit! Like, there's no way I forgot that there wasn't points in time where I would take people to my room, like in the garage or something.
Because you had to sneak girls in too before, right? At the other house.
Yeah,
At least I was
once.
younger.
I sneaked once.
Okay, anyways. Oh yeah, so back to my story. The guy like parks his like truck or whatever next to the park, and then he basically like confesses his love to her, and he was
Holy
like,
shit.
so I was thinking like we could try again, you know? And then she was like, no, and she was like, I have a boyfriend. And also she said like right at the beginning of the hangout, like once she started feeling those weird vibes, like while they're eating and stuff, that she like brought me up so quick to be like, I have a
Like,
boyfriend.
I'm still-
like not straight up like, you know I have a boyfriend, right? But like brought me up
Yeah.
just to set the standard, you know? And this guy didn't give a fuck.
Guess not.
And they were sitting in the car, and then yeah, he said like, I was thinking we could try again, you know? Like we never really gave it a real shot.
Yeah.
I feel a little bad for the guy.
I do too.
And then she was like, no, like I have a boyfriend. And then he said,
Fucking
this
boss
is
ass
where
move.
this is where I got upset. Is she says that, and he says, well, maybe I can be your Sancho, which means like your side piece.
Uh-huh.
And I think she was just like really disgusted, and then he
Take me home.
took her home. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And then that was that. But then from that point on, like she said very clearly, like I don't want anything with you. And then he kept fucking messaging her like every like couple months or so. And then I remember I messaged him. Did I ever tell you that?
I think so.
I don't remember what I said, but I was like, hey, this is
Back off, bud.
This is Blank's, boyfriend, and I don't appreciate you like making these comments to her and stuff. And I don't remember what else I said, but
He puts a laughing emoji. Was he like better looking or like better like than you at all?
I don't think so. Maybe a little taller,
Okay.
but I don't know. He's
I
a
mean-
cross country runner. He was really good.
I feel like there was nothing your like Blank could have done better.
I think so,
Besides,
too.
maybe just block him at the end. That's
She
the only
did
thing.
block him
Oh,
after a
okay,
while,
yeah.
yeah.
But like, I wouldn't have been upset because I'm like, you hung out with him with the thought that he would just want to catch up and be a friend.
Because they were friends.
Yeah.
And then they ended up, he liked her in the
Yeah.
past, and then she didn't. That's what it was. Okay, they were friends.
Yeah.
And then he ended up like saying he liked her, and then she didn't like him back, and then yeah.
Tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough for him, but not really because I'm like, bro, fuck you. Like, you almost try to be a homewrecker.
Yeah. It's pretty,
Like, I get it being a homewrecker spontaneously.
pretty out of pocket.
Like, if you're at a club and you're like, oh shit, you're a wife, but like, we're in
Yeah.
it. But if you're like planning, plotting,
yeah.
that's pretty bad.
Any other red flags? I think
well,
just
real quick,
crazy
on the
energy.
jealousy thing. It is kind of nuts that I don't get
Yeah.
jealous, you know?
That's scary.
But I think I'm hoping, like we said, I don't think jealousy is like a really good like trait.
Yeah.
But I think like it's like anxiety. It's like you got to have some anxiety in your life. You know, it's same with jealousy. It's like you should have some like slight care. But yeah, I've never been a jealous type. I think I've also always been like so certain that my significant others love me. Like I could tell with the way they like talk to me, the way they treat me, the way they are. Like I'm sure same with you. It's like you had such a sense of security that I was like, bro, you could dress how you want, you could do what you want, you could hang out with you want, even if the guy was sus.
Yeah,
I know, like, bro, you guys like you think these other people are clowns, or like you know, like you don't care. Like I know that at the end of the day, like you love me, like you really love me, you know. So I was always like, I'm chilling, like, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then I was always thinking, like, if you do cheat on me, like, you know, worst comes to worst, it'll hurt, but I'm like, whatever, into loss. You know, like, it is what it is. Like, I've never been like, why would I want to control someone to the point where I'm like, I want to control you so you don't cheat? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? And same with the dressing thing. It's like, if my girl wanted to wear kind of like whatever she wanted or dress however she wanted, like, maybe I could kind of see, like, the sense of respect for some things, like, you know, like, okay, well, maybe how you make me look slightly, you know?
Yeah.
But I really don't care. Like, I think like 99% of the time I'd be like, bro, like, I don't give a shit. Like, if you want to go through a see-through dress where you see everything and we're out there, I'd be like, that's pretty cute.
Okay, what if she goes to a concert without you? Mesh shirt, see-through, and you could see like her whole nipples and everything.
I'd still be like you look good, you know, just.
You let her? No jealousy, no nothing?
No, I don't think so. Because I'd be like, just don't do anything. Like, I mean, the only thing I could think of, and this is like pretty misogynistic kind of thought, but it's like, you know, like the whole like, you're dressing for guys' attention. Yeah. Like girls sometimes, like would like people say like girls dress for.
That's never the case.
Yeah, though. And I'm like, that's the only thing I could think of, like angle I could work is like, okay, well, why do you want to be see-through? But I'm like, if you look good, feel good, like do what you want.
I feel like all the women I've met that dress like, you know, quote unquote scandalously or whatever, like, you know, I feel like it's never been like they're just trying to get attention.
Yeah, like or their main.
If anything, they don't want that. You know? And it's always like they get annoyed at like being catcalled or like, you know, hit on and shit.
And it's like, bro, no matter
like
how
it's always just because they like it.
No matter how girls dress, it's all gonna be the same. Like guys are gonna be fucking pigs, you know?
Yeah.
Like you see stories about like even women who like are like covered from head to toe, like wear like certain stuff, like, and they'll still get raped or like murdered. It's like it doesn't really matter, you know. Absolutely. So I think overall, sorry, just to finish this up, like like I don't get jealous. I think like as long as you show me that you really love me, which I think is pretty easy to tell. Yeah. I'll be fine with whatever. Like even if you hang out with a guy that's like maybe quote unquote like could be a little sus, I'd be like, I know you're not gonna do anything, you know. And if you do, well, fuck it, you know. Yeah. Just please tell me. And like we could make this easy. I think that's probably the best outlook you could have. I do get scared because I'm like, what if I'm dating someone who I think is like super 100% like
you're
out of my league?
Hella hard.
Yeah, and I'm like simping.
You'll get jealous, I think.
And like they're not really communicating, you know, and stuff like that. I'm like, that is really the epitome of like insecurity. Yeah. To be like, no, I don't know if you love me. Like you can't be dressing like that. Or you can't be. Is that crazy? Like I've never felt that way. So it is nuts kind of like seeing that like angle. Like holy shit, the more insecure you are, of course you're going to want to like control the girl because you're like scared that they're going to leak it.
I think you're a lot more secure.
My mom's texting me, sorry.
I think you're a lot more secure in yourself than I am. And I think that's why I get jealous more than you do. Because I think I'm just like a insecure person. Like not crazy, but I feel like you compared to me, you're a lot more secure. And that's why you don't get jealous because you're just like, I'm me. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm just always like, I know the person loves me. Like, I just don't have a doubt in my mind.
And I think I question shit, and I overthink a lot, and then I'll overthink myself into a place of being like, what if this, what if that, you know? What if I'm too much this or that, and then fucking she doesn't like me anymore and all this shit.
See, that's like, it really is insecurity where it's like, oh my God, like, you start questioning yourself.
From. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Okay, real quick, can we say our green flags?
I don't have any.
Seriously?
Your green eyes?
I think I'm handsome. I think I'm very sweet and nice. I think I'm funny. I think I'm a good cuddler. I think I give good compliments. And I know how to make people feel good. Nice. What about you?
Yeah, same. Green flags. I think I'm really fun.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think I really make things really fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm pretty goofy.
I feel like you're like the life of the party anywhere you go.
Yeah. And I'm talking about relationships too, though. I'll try to
Okay.
be more specific. I think I really want to make sure the other person is like having a good time. You know, like, are you okay? Like, is it good? Everything good? Like I want to make like everything good. You know, are you hungry? Let's
Yeah.
go get some food. Do you want to be in? Do you want to be out? Like, what do you want to do? You know. So I try my best to do that. I think I'm like a respectable person around other people too. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not an asshole, and I don't like want to be the guy that's like, whoa, dude, what's wrong with that dude? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever been that guy.
Yeah.
You know, where people are like, dude, like, control him or something. You know.
Yeah.
I've always been like, I'm respectable. Like, no matter how I feel or whatever, I'll like be good. Green flags. I feel like I'm pretty good at communicating. Like I could have been better in my relationships, but I think I'm getting better. I mean, I haven't been in a relationship in a while, so like I'm really
I think I was
growing.
pretty trash at communicating in my relationship.
Yeah, I think I was pretty bad.
I think I
But
was really
that's like
bad.
a green flag that like is a green flag overall. Is just communicating.
Yeah.
And lastly, let's just think of one more thing. I think I like enjoying like experiences with like someone I'm really into, you know?
Mhm.
So like if I want to go somewhere,
Oh,
I'm always
yeah.
like I
You wanna
really
share
want
it.
to I really want to take you places. Or even if I've already experienced it, I'm like I want you to experience it too. Like, let's go do it.
And that's
know?
awesome.
So,
Yeah.
green flag, I guess.
I think one last one for me is I'm very perceptive, and I think I'm really good at like reading the room and like knowing when somebody else is like not feeling something, even if words are not spoken.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so like attentive to like everything around me
Mhm.
that I pick up on little things. All right, probably just like one or two more because there was a few that I'm like, nah. Just for the sake of time. I just had to throw this in there. Someone said, not gonna lie, Chris could still get it. I don't remember them saying that the first time, but anyways,
We had a whole conversation, remember?
I do remember that, yeah. How do you let someone know you're interested in them? This will be the last one.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell
I'm
you
pretty
'cause
bad at it.
I still chase ghosts.
We were on Tinder this weekend in Mammoth, so.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, if
You
you're
were.
online, which I think I did say this in the drunk pod, but if you're online, I would say a like on an Instagram story is a
good way to start.
pretty good message, you know? And then if maybe they reciprocate with a like, then you can slide up on a story and be like, hey, you know, I
Mhm.
think that's a really cute crocheted stuffed animal that you made. Even if you don't think it's cute, you say it anyways.
Did you do that?
Yes.
Who'd you do that with? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you got specific with that one.
Yeah.
I think, and I've been getting I'm trying to get better at this, but it's so hard. So hard. But it's like, and this is almost like, it could be not true if you're really insecure and you'll never know. But I feel like you just know when someone's into you.
Yeah.
Like, you make it apparent with like, just your energy, literally, like all it is. And it doesn't mean
Yeah.
like you have to text person 24/7. You could text someone once a week and still make them feel enough to be like, I really want to talk to you, but I'm just like such a busy person and I got all this other, but I really
Yeah.
I really enjoy this. And then I'm like, okay, that's good. And then in a week you'll text me again and be like, oh, like all this stuff, like so high energy, and okay, and then communicate like, okay, I want to be busy for these next weeks. It's like stuff like that. It's like, I don't need you to like, I don't know, like you just know based off the person, like you know that
Yeah.
inside there's this space for you and you only.
Yeah.
And you'll feel that. And it's not like you're chasing. It's like they're home, you know?
I think that's the best answer that we can give here. It's
Yeah.
like undeniable, and you can feel the fucking the energy.
Yeah.
You know, it's different than what you get from like everybody else. You know,
Yeah, like there's a difference. Like there's
they want to have updates
Yeah,
on your life.
I
or
wanna
like,
see
how
you.
did this go? How did that
or
go?
like I
Little gestures.
exactly
maybe,
like
you
I
know?
told you that I really wanted to watch this movie
yeah.
4 days ago, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, let's go watch this movie.
Hey, I was in San Francisco and I saw this, and it made me think of you.
Yeah, like I like running. Let me take you on a run. Like that's cute. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that was like, wow, you know, like small things that make you different than someone else.
Yeah,
But you
So I
have to
think just
want
effort.
to. Like you have to want to, or the other person has to want to. Where it's like, okay, like I could tell you want to. It's not just like stupid like morning like whatever. You know, like it's,
Yeah,
or like I'm
absolutely.
waiting and stuff like that. It's like no, like
I think you just put
Yeah.
in like more effort than somebody else would.
Yeah.
You know, who
But
didn't feel the
naturally,
same.
like naturally want that.
Yeah, nothing crazy, but yeah.
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 All right.
All right.
Call it?
Yeah.
No mammoth.
No mammoth.
All right.
Yeah.
Real quick. About the Angus Cloud thing. No. I mean, just in general. Be careful with your mental health, guys, you know?
Talk to somebody.
Yeah. Big thing. Just talk to anyone. literally.
Anyone.
If you
Letting
think-
it out, it's gonna make so much difference. Literally
Mhm.
anyone.
Like
know?
you get to this place in your head where it's like you self-talk so much that you forget that you're really not talking to anyone but yourself.
Mhm.
And you're only seeing like one perspective and one point of
Yeah.
view. So even if you think it's like silly or whatever, just say a couple sentences to someone. I mean,
Yeah.
bring it out of you. If you feel like you have to like yell it, to be like, yeah, I'm not okay, or I'm not. If you have to say it in an awkward conversation at the dinner table, wherever, just get it out there.
Get
you
it
know?
out. And pay attention to the way you talk to yourself, because that matters and has a lot of weight to it. And I think a really like wise idea is to talk to yourself the way you talk to a friend. When you make a mistake or you fuck up, don't call yourself a fuck up. Be like,
Mm-hmm.
this happens. Mistakes happen. It's part of life, and I'm going to learn from it,
Mm-hmm.
You got to have good self-talk, because if you talk to yourself like an asshole,
Yeah.
you're going to feel like an asshole.
And those habits like become habits before you know it.
Yeah.
You realize like
Exactly.
this has been my inner voice for years.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all.
Literally.
Because you didn't want to like, not you didn't want to, but like you didn't put effort to break that. Try
yeah.
to change that. So
Oh,
just be
yeah.
careful. Like if you're feeling some sort of way, even if it's small or big, it's easier when it's to talk about it when it's small before it gets big.
It can be pretty hard, but I think taking a break from the substances can help a lot.
Yeah, that too.
Takes a lot of self-control, and it's really hard if like all your friends are doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing that right now.
Nice.
And it was really hard the whole Mammoth trip, because I always wanted to drink with you guys. But I think it just gives you a new level of clarity, and it's really nice for a change to just be in control all the time,
Exactly. So just keep an eye out for the stuff that's not making you feel good,
Yeah.
But yeah, be safe. Talk to someone a day at a time. If you feel like you're in a
Mhm.
really, really dark place, just like,
I miss our mental health talks.
yeah, that's good.
We used to do this a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We were down bad too.
We were.
Just give it one more day. Like that's all you got to tell yourself.
One
It's like
step
one
at a
more day,
time.
and one day it'll be good.
It's a
Next day might be
marathon.
bad, but
It's not a sprint.
yeah. Alrighty, guys.
We're
Love
on
you
a
guys
floating
so
rock.
much. Thanks, Weird. I think that's his Instagram, but it's Weerdwurld. Sorry.
Yeah. Weird World.
Ajon. Thank you, Ajon, for giving us the prints. We enjoy it so much. I'm like so hyped on it.
Dude,
keep
I can't stop looking at it.
It's just so satisfying on the wall.
is so
It's
nice.
sick ass prints. They're really beautiful. I love this one. I just can't stop staring at it. And
I will.
and it added like so much to our little corner of ours.
There's a great chance I'm gonna be buying some more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go check them out again. Links in the description.
Also, we got a little discount code with the purchase. I'm pretty sure everybody else gets that. I don't think it's just us, but if it is, sorry.
Sorry.
Hit them up.
Rich benefit off the other rich.
Thank you for watching the Cozy Show.
Thanks everyone who bought shirts and stuff. That should be coming out hopefully
Absolutely.
this week or next week.
Yes.
So keep an eye out. If you guys want more, DM us or wait for the next drop.
All right.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Peace. Nice. Good stuff.